Good morning, everybody. I'm Mallory Smythe on behalf of Endow. So I am in Houma, Louisiana this week. It's below New Orleans and it's the place that I'm from. I love it down here. We came down here to go to a wedding. And as I was sitting in this wedding, I was noticing something that I've noticed many, many times before, which is that my generation was not there. They skipped the ceremony to go to the reception. And this observation just got me thinking about the role and the purpose of tradition in our lives, and what is the effect whenever we forego tradition. See, I'm sure that you have sat through a ceremony that you thought was dry and boring and wondered why we continue to do these things, as I have as well. But the church has something to say about the role of tradition. See, St. Paul said in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, he said, "Hold fast to the traditions we've handed down to you by word of mouth or by letter." He told us to hold fast to these traditions. Why does St. Paul want us to hold fast to these traditions? Well, it's because a tradition is actually an avenue through which we are meant to receive God's inheritance. And is the way that he has chosen to give us his inheritance throughout all of history. So not only do we receive a wisdom in traditions, in ceremonies, but we also are connected to true history. We are connected to those who have gone before us, that have walked through the exact same rite of passage. It is a connection to the past, it is connection to wisdom, it is connection to meaning, but it is also a projection into the future. See, for example, at this wedding, my friend who got married, she went through a ceremony that millions of people have gone through before her. She said the same words, she heard the same words, her husband said the same words, and yet they were sent out from that tradition to go and live out their future uniquely as a witness to the world, using that wisdom in their own lives. That is the role of a tradition. The church, the tradition of the church, the sacraments are a tradition, right? It is the way that God actually reincarnates himself again by coming to visit us through the sacraments to give us what we are meant to receive throughout the entire life of the church. So every time we participate in the sacraments, we're participating in the same rite of passage that the people before us, the saints, our brothers and sisters in Christ went through before us, and we're receiving what they received. And so whenever we choose to forego those traditions, we're actually disconnecting ourselves from that inheritance and disconnecting ourselves from the history that went before us. And so I would just invite you this week, what are the traditions that you take part in your life? Do you recognize what you're meant to receive from them and what they connect you to? And what are some of the traditions that you choose to forego? Is there a wisdom that you could be missing there? Is there a connection that you could be having there? See, in our culture where we're increasingly isolated, I think tradition needs to be given a rebirth almost more than ever, to connect us to the wisdom that God has given us, to the people that he has loved that have gone before us, to go out and live our situation out uniquely with that connection. So if you want to learn more about the wisdom that God has given us in the tradition of the church, you can visit our website at www.endowgroups.org, or you can connect with us at Endow Groups on Instagram and Facebook, and you can connect with me at Mallory A. Smythe. Have a great day.